caregiver and Alzheimer's advocate. Perdue, are you here? I didn't see. Oh, there you are. Secretary Perdue, Department of Elder Affairs. We also have Senator Aaron Bean, Florida's 4th District. Dr. John Lucas, are you here? Where are you at? Is he here? He's not here? Okay. Kevin Colley, you here? Chris Mahan, Chief Operating Officer, are you here? Okay. Representative Scott Plakin from Central Florida. Is Rachel here? I didn't see her. Oh, hey, thanks for coming. Appreciate it. Senator Jen Bradley, Representative Cord Bird, Representative Jason Fisher. Did I miss anybody?
Councilman Terrence Freeman from the City of Jacksonville.
That's right. Thank you for coming. We appreciate you very much. So thanks for being here with us today. We're here today to celebrate the state's commitment to fighting Alzheimer's and dementia and supporting the over 580,000 Florida families that are affected by the disease. As we mentioned, Mary is with us here today. Her husband, Mike, is a resident here at the Windsor at San Pablo. They were married in 1964 and have been blessed with 3 children and 7 grandchildren. Between raising their kids and running a business, they were able to build a wonderful life together. Many years passed before Mike began forgetting minor things, but it did not initially seem unusual. Mike and Mary enjoyed traveling around the world and especially spending time at a lake in Georgia. Memory issues continued to progress for Mike, and eventually he received the diagnosis of Alzheimer's. The family could no longer bring him to places like Disney World for fear that he would walk away if you were not carefully watching him. He now resides at the Memory Care neighborhood here and receives excellent care. But the story of Mike is across our country, but particularly here in Florida, all too common. We know that the likeliness of Alzheimer's increases with age. 5.3% of people ages 65 to 74 have been diagnosed with Alzheimer's or dementia. That percentage increases to almost 14% for people aged 75 to 84, and then over the age of 85, it rises to 35%. Alzheimer's is the most common cause of dementia and the 6th leading cause of death in the state of Florida. More people lose their lives to Alzheimer's than breast cancer and prostate cancer combined. But despite those numbers, we're undeterred. We're committed to offering our support and look forward to the medical breakthrough that will eventually bring a cure. Today, I'm proud to highlight a more than $12 million increase in Alzheimer's and dementia funding, bringing the state's total commitment to $51 million for the 21-22 fiscal year. Included in this funding is an additional $6.7 million to support the Alzheimer's Disease Initiative, which will allow approximately 700 people and their families to receive supportive care and respite services. This funding also supports the Alzheimer's Disease Initiative Brain Bank memory disorder clinics around the state that provide comprehensive diagnosis and referral services and community programs that support individuals and their families. The budget continues to include $5 million for the Ed and Ethel Moore Alzheimer's Disease Research Program within the Department of Health, which awards grants for research relating to the prevention, diagnosis, treatment, and cure of Alzheimer's disease. Research right next door at the Mayo Clinic is funded through this program and offers educational and support programs, as well as opportunities to participate in clinical trials and medical discoveries. The Mayo Clinic serves 11 counties in this area and estimates that in these counties there are almost 57,000 residents with Alzheimer's. As we know with so many diseases, early detection is key. In the past year, they have completed over 200 evaluations and almost 100 free memory screenings. They have also trained almost 1,500 caregivers, first responders, healthcare workers, and others whose family or friends may be suffering from memory loss through an education program to provide those who interact with individuals with Alzheimer's or dementia with the knowledge and skills they need to do so effectively and respectfully. Our strong financial commitment allows Florida to prioritize the advancement of research needed to combat the disease. Not only that, we've actually built it into the foundation of our public health priorities. I'm proud to say that Florida is the only state that has Alzheimer's disease and related dementias listed as its own priority within a state health improvement plan. So in Florida, we continue to put seniors first. Earlier this month, I proclaimed June Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness Month in Florida, and just yesterday, people across our state came together for the longest day to raise awareness for the care, support, and research efforts of the Alzheimer's Association. So we continue to support the work being done in the state of Florida. We're happy with the progress that we made in this year's recent budget, and we look forward to being able to do more in the years to come. I'd like to bring up some folks to be able to make some remarks. So Michelle, can you come up here and make some remarks?
Thank you, Governor DeSantis, Secretary Prudhomme, Representative Byrd, Senator Bean, Representative Plakin, Representative Fisher. There are so many people here today committed. I thank you for their leadership and your commitment to the 580,000 Floridians living with Alzheimer's. And I've been working with a lot of other states who are trying to replicate this innovative initiatives like Project Vital, and they keep asking what our formula is for success. Truly, it takes caring leadership and support. And as one of his last bills to sign as then Congressman, the governor co-sponsored the Bold Infrastructure for Alzheimer's Act. Then, within his first 100 days in office as governor, he made a commitment to Floridians to take care of those living with Alzheimer's and related dementia through a very bold dementia action plan. Now our state sets the gold standard in advancements in innovation from our State Health Improvement Plan Priority 9 that the governor just mentioned, and I co-chair, to our state's Alzheimer's Disease Advisory Committee, which I'm honored to chair this year, to our Project Vital. We have vision and leadership through Governor DeSantis, Secretary Prudhomme, and all the legislators I just mentioned. During Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness Month, I just wanted to say thank you for putting us at the forefront of innovation and support, and I can't think of a better way to celebrate Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness Month than to be here with him today. Thank you, sir.
Great, thank you. Okay, Sherry Walker.
Good morning. My name is Sherry Walker, and I'm an ambassador for the Alzheimer's Association. I would like to say thank you to you, Governor DeSantis and Secretary Prudhomme, for being here today. And I'd like to share my personal story about Alzheimer's. In 2000, my grandmother was diagnosed with the Alzheimer's Association, and Alzheimer's is the most challenging disease that there is for family members. My grandmother, just watching her decline, I reached out to the Alzheimer's Association, and they provided the resources such as daycares, resources to help me, support groups, and my efforts in trying to take care of my grandmother. So I'd like to say thank you to Governor DeSantis. As an ambassador, every year we do attend the rally in Tally, and I can say Governor DeSantis is always there for us to meet with us when we are in Tallahassee. I also would like to thank him for his support in all efforts in getting us research, funds for research, as far as resources, as you just noticed what he said, and getting more resources to people with families and caring for families with Alzheimer's. So Governor DeSantis, thank you for being here, and I appreciate all your efforts in helping us to find a cure for Alzheimer's and providing resources to families with those living with Alzheimer's. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, Kevin.
Good morning, all. My name is Kevin Colley. I'm the Regional Sales Director with the Legend Senior Living here in the state of Florida. I'd like to offer a warm welcome to Governor DeSantis, everyone, I don't have everyone's name specifically, but everyone, to the Windsor of San Pablo and Legend Senior Living. Here at Legend, our mission is to serve seniors. We offer independent living, assisted living, and memory care support to seniors in Florida and across the country. We serve our mission by pioneering innovative therapies, advanced programming, technology, community design, and continual education of our associates. That's why we're so excited to have Governor DeSantis here today to speak about his Dementia Action Plan and Project Vital. He rolled this out in his first 100 days of office, and that showcases how important this project is to him and also the state of Florida. The project has a focus of serving seniors with dementia and providing them with the best possible engagement, independence, and outcomes. The Governor's project aligns perfectly with our focus here at Legend, so you can imagine how happy we are to have him here today. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Secretary Perdue.
Morning, everyone. Since the governor first came into office, his priority has been focused on improving the lives of people living with dementia as well as their care partners, all focused on making Florida a more dementia-friendly, more dementia-capable state. And we have been doing just that in the last few years. We now have Dementia Care and Cure Initiative task forces throughout the state. We have 17 memory disorder clinics. As you may well have heard, we now have in the State Health Improvement Plan, dementia has its own standalone priority signifying how important it is to the state to address those, the needs of those individuals living with dementia. And also, as you're aware, during the pandemic, there was a disproportionate impact on older adults. So as well as focusing on making sure those older adults were kept safe, people living with dementia had an even more disproportionate impact. So we looked to technology to help us address the needs of those individuals, looking at buying specially designed tablets for older adults to use, but also looking at robotic pets. And there's a robotic seal just behind over there, a young lady there keeping it company. Those things have actually done awesome amounts of goodwill to helping people thrive through this difficult time. Social isolation and loneliness has been, it will be the new pandemic, and the governor is committed to addressing that through technology and also through the First Lady's Hope for Healing initiative. So we'll be continuing this sustainable effort that we've already implemented. You know, and I think the most exciting thing to talk about today is recognizing the commitment of the direct care workers through this whole pandemic. We are providing some free training, dementia-specific training, to enable those individuals to provide a better experience for the residents, but also to equip them to be better professionals in this very demanding, very difficult career. So we're very excited to be here today. And the governor has a philosophy: you may have to live with dementia, but you can still live well with dementia. So thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Scott?
Thank you, Governor. I used to think that Alzheimer's, like many do, is something that only affects the elderly. Well, we found out in 2014 that my wife, then of 29 years, at 53 was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease. At that time, I didn't know anything about seizures or sundown syndrome or any of these things. I thought it was just the memory. You lose your memory, and eventually you pass away from it. Susie passed away in 2018, and she succumbed to the disease. But what I want to say today is, in the first days of the DeSantis administration, Secretary Prudhomme came to my office, and he said him and the governor want to make this a top priority of his agency. And since that day, when he came to my office, they have done exactly that. And I'm so happy to hear the increase in funding in these different areas. I'll just say this: the brain bank, we more than doubled the funding this year. Thank you, Governor. When Susie was diagnosed, we thought it was Alzheimer's. We found out after she passed away, she had both Alzheimer's and Lewy body dementia at the same time. That would have never happened without the increase in without the brain bank itself. Also, in terms of respite care, as a caregiver for several years myself, I didn't, you know, caregiving sounds okay, but the caregiving is so difficult. I heard this statistic that 68% of couples over 65 years old, the caregiver dies before the person with Alzheimer's. So it's quite common for caregivers to have health problems. So the increase in respite funding, Governor, again, thank you. And again, thank you for being here and all the things you've done to help families like ours.
Great, thanks. Appreciate it. Okay, Senator Bean.
Thank you. Hello, everybody, and good morning. I'm Aaron Bean. I'm your state senator if you live in this area, and I'm also the chair of healthcare appropriations for the Florida Senate. So my speaking points were going to be all of the money, the very aggressive monies that we partnered with various Alzheimer's research organizations and the association. But guess what? The governor was spot on and already delivered those numbers. So I want to tell you the history of how we got here, because our original, you know, in the state of Florida, we only budget the amount of money that comes in. And our original budget that we were forecast based on full-on virus, COVID, very few visitors in our state of Florida, was very bleak. And had we gone forward with those numbers, you wouldn't see that brain bust that I'm about to talk about right behind us. But thanks to our leadership of Governor DeSantis, I'll give him full credit for aggressively opening our state. People came, people went to Disney World, they spent money, and we got new forecasts, a new revenue stream that we were more than willing to take advantage of, and then put record amounts of money for Floridians all over, including Alzheimer's, what a challenging disease it is. So that's why we're here in a happy place right now, celebrating the massive resources that we've dedicated to. Standing behind me is that brain bus that the state of Florida is happy to partner with the State Alzheimer's Association. It's one of two right now that's crisscrossing the country, that's bringing education, that's bringing awareness, and most importantly, bringing hope. Any family that is facing dementia right now, you should know you're not alone. Help is a phone call, a text, a click away from bringing you resources and information that can make a world of difference. So with that, Governor DeSantis, welcome back to Jacksonville. We're glad to have you here. I want to thank my good friend, Councilman Terrence Freeman, who's joined us here today as well. We just appreciate you so much. Thank you so much, Governor DeSantis.
Well, thank you, Senator. And we were able to accomplish a lot this legislative session, and certain things grab more headlines. This is something that a lot of people necessarily, unless you were really following it, you may not have even known that we were doing this. But we're really excited to be able to not just lose ground, as Aaron said, we were potentially facing that, but to even gain more ground and continue with the momentum that we have going forward. Before I open it up, I wanted Michelle to come up. There was this recent FDA about this Alzheimer's drug. So I just asked her to come up and say, like, how is the community receiving that, and what are the thoughts? So, yep.
So we consider Biogen's aducanumab a celebratory time of victory in the world of Alzheimer's disease. I know that it has had some controversy, but truly, as an Alzheimer's Association, our priority is to find affordability and accessibility for the drug. We all know that it has met with conditional approval from the FDA just a few short weeks ago. So I'm happy to take any questions about that as well.
Does anyone have any questions about that drug?
Does anyone have any questions? The aducanumab basically significantly reduces, it slows the symptoms down of Alzheimer's disease. It actually slows the progression of the disease by voiding amyloid plaque in the brain.
That's great.
Yes. So that's why I think early detection, early diagnosis will be paramount and key for a drug like aducanumab, because you would have to be diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease early in the disease for it to be most effective. Thank you.
And thanks for that. So we obviously, I mean, any breakthroughs that we see, we're gonna look at and really want to be helpful. Final thing I'll say, just unrelated to this, we were able to secure a really strong victory on Friday in our suit against the CDC to open up the cruise industry. And this was something where last March of 2020, there was a 2-week shutdown supposedly to figure out what was going on, make sure, and then that just basically lasted to all the way into the present. And there was really no movement, and you had people flying on airplanes, going to theme parks, doing all, but somehow this one industry was being shut down by an agency that didn't really have the legal authority to do that. And we didn't see any movement going forward once we got into the end of winter, beginning of spring. We wanted to be able to see sailing happen this summer, and so we brought the lawsuit. And remember, when we did that, people were saying, oh, this is a stunt, this has no chance. No, we won convincingly. It's an opinion that was incredible opinion by the district judge. It will absolutely be upheld by the 11th Circuit. And so I think is important for the folks that are involved in that industry to be able to have a path forward. But I also think it's beyond just the cruise. I mean, we've seen throughout this country government overstep its bounds in response to the coronavirus pandemic. And you can't have an agency relying on flimsy legal authority to just keep an entire industry closed with really no path forward. The only reason you even started seeing any of these discussions is because we brought the lawsuit. Had we not brought the lawsuit, you would have continued to see status quo and nothing would have ended up happening. And so we understood that we had a strong case. And I would note, CDC also lost on the eviction moratorium in a different jurisdiction. And so the times when they're going from being an advisory body to being a body that could actually shut things down, the courts, I think rightfully, have said, hold on, where's your authority to do that? You don't have it. And so I think it's important, not just for what we want to see these things get back going, but also going forward, so that this doesn't happen again and that government remains within its proper sphere. We've addressed that in Florida with the bill I signed to rein in the emergency powers, but obviously when you have some of the federal agencies doing this, this is something that needed to happen. So we're happy. We think that basically we succeeded, and we think the appeal, if they do choose to appeal it, I think we'll succeed there. Any questions? Okay. All right. You guys have a good day. Thank you.